We've been taught that strength looks like rigidity, like steel, like the ability to push through anything without flinching, like the person who never cries, never breaks, never bends, never admits that the weight is heavy. We've been sold this image of strength as hardness, as the ability to absorb pain without showing it, to carry burdens without complaining, to smile through the storm while everyone else is running for cover. But I want to tell you about a different kind of strength, the kind that bends, the kind that yields, the kind that survives not by resisting the storm, but by learning to move with it, the kind that bends so it doesn't break. I used to think being soft was the same as being weak, that if I showed emotion, I'd lose respect, that if I admitted I was struggling, people would see me as fragile, that if I cried, I was broken. So I didn't cry. Not in public, not at work, not even at home, most of the time. I kept it all inside, locked behind a wall of composure that I mistook for strength. I walked through life with my jaw set and my shoulders squared, convinced that the person who felt the least was the one who could handle the most. And it worked, for a while, until it didn't. The wall broke one evening. Not dramatically. No explosion, no public meltdown, no cinematic breakdown with rain and music. Just a quiet collapse. I was sitting on the kitchen floor, leaning against the cabinets, and I couldn't stop crying. Not because something specific happened, not because of a crisis or a loss or a single devastating event, because everything accumulated. Every unspoken frustration, every swallowed emotion, every "I'm fine" that wasn't fine, every time I bit my tongue instead of speaking my truth, every time I smiled when I wanted to scream, every time I held it together for everyone else while falling apart inside. It all came out at once, like a dam that had been cracking for years finally giving way. And in that moment, lying on the kitchen floor with tears running down my face and my body shaking with the force of months of suppressed emotion, I realized something. The wall wasn't protecting me. It was suffocating me. The strength I'd been so proud of wasn't strength at all. It was fear. Fear of being seen, fear of being vulnerable, fear of being human. Here's what I've learned since then. Softness is not weakness, it's the opposite. It takes more strength to feel than to suppress. It takes more courage to cry than to hold it in. It takes more power to bend than to break. The strongest people I know are the ones who allow themselves to be moved by grief, by joy, by love, by the simple, devastating beauty of being alive. They don't hide from their emotions, they don't build walls around their hearts. They let the feelings come and they let them go and they keep going, not despite the softness. Because of it. Because softness is what keeps you human. And being human is the hardest, bravest, most important thing you'll ever do. Think about nature. The trees that survive hurricanes are not the rigid ones. They're the ones that bend, that sway with the wind instead of resisting it, that let the storm pass through them instead of trying to hold their ground. And when the storm is over, they're still standing, not because they're stronger than the fallen trees, because they're more flexible, because they knew when to yield, because they understood that survival sometimes means bending, not breaking. I started practicing softness in small ways. I let myself cry when I needed to, not with shame, not with apology, not with the quick wipe of the eyes and the "sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me." Just tears, just feeling, just being human. I said, "I'm struggling," when someone asked how I was. Not the automatic, "I'm fine." The truth, the real answer, the one that cost me something to say. I let people see me, not the curated version, not the composed version, not the "I have it all together" version, but the real one, the messy, emotional, beautifully human one. And something incredible happened. People didn't pull away. They leaned in. They said, "Me too." And in that shared vulnerability, I found a connection I'd never found behind the wall. A real connection, the kind that only happens when two people stop performing and start being. Here's the truth about softness. It's not the absence of strength. It's strength in its most honest form. It's the courage to be seen, the willingness to feel, the power to bend without breaking, the understanding that the hardest thing you can do is also the most important thing. Be yourself, fully, openly, without the wall, without the mask, without the armor, just you, soft, vulnerable, beautifully human you, the one who feels things deeply, the one who cares too much, the one who cries at movies and laughs too loud and loves too hard. That person, the one you've been hiding, is not weak. They're the strongest version of you.
The world needs more softness. Not more walls. Not more masks. Not more people pretending to be invincible. More honesty. More vulnerability. More people willing to say, I'm human. I feel things. And that's okay, because that's where the real strength lives. Not in the hardness. Not in the armor. In the willingness to be seen. In the courage to be soft in a world that rewards hardness. In the quiet, radical act of being yourself. Tonight, if you've been holding it together, if you've been strong for too long, if the wall is cracking, if the tears are close, let them come. You don't have to be rigid to be strong. You don't have to be hard to be resilient. You can be soft. You can be open. You can be human. And that is the strongest thing you can be. Softness becomes strength. Not someday, right now, in this moment, in this breath, in the willingness to let yourself feel what you've been avoiding. Let it in. You're strong enough. You always have been.